Hello everyone and welcome to episode 19 of Banishers. We're going to be picking up in a slightly different place than where we left off because, as promised, between episodes I ran around and picked up a couple things that were just like regular combat encounters, just like no story attached to them, no follow-ups on previous investigations, and as a result we are back in the cabin on sort of the Bly estate grounds. That's because there was one thing in here that I walked up to it. It's this guy right here. This is actually one of those veil points where you sort of push through into the ghost realm, and those do have stories attached to them. So I did not actually go into it, and we're going to find that out together. As we're getting started, a special early hello to Bogart and now Caroluna. Caroluna, I very much enjoyed your SnowRunner stream earlier today. I was sort of out and about and not able to say very much, but I envy your trucks, man. Hello to Inner. Caroluna, I've tried SnowRunners and my trucks are terrible and they can't go anywhere or do anything, and I have a lot of difficulty like understanding how to progress. This unfortunately cannot really be a SnowRunners tutorial, but I really like your trucks. I really like the way that you can go where you want to. Inner, I hope that you're also having a great Sunday.
Oh, they do look annoying. Can I join in too?
Alright, I don't know if my rifle bonus is going to carry over to the next combat, but we'll have to find out. Inner's using the well-known exclamation point, give auspicious angel Caroluna's trucks command. But yeah, so this, wouldn't it be amazing if like Nightbot, yeah, we anticipated that and programmed it in. So yes, we should be able to go down here now. Yeah, there was this, and there was one other. It turns out that the golden question marks, I didn't realize that this is how this works, tend to be the, like, that obsidian glass that you, like, push through to the other side. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, let's save these to do on stream. So we've got two of these. The first one we ever did was, well, the first one we ever did was very straightforward and had no combat. The second one had, like, it felt like a whole section to it. There wasn't really very much problem solving or platforming, but there was like a lot of areas to visit. And then, oh, see, Antea is doing the me. She's facing the wrong way. And then the others have been actually like really straightforward, just in and out. So let's see what we get this time.
Ready to walk through it if you are.
Hello to Solid Chrome Hickey. So Inner's voting for channel point redeemed subject of discussion. Although we could do that, I'd be worried about people recommending subjects about which I know absolutely nothing. So I will say that usually we can, you know, broach whatever you guys like. I may not know much about it. I just feel like I want to hold my breath when he does that. Caroluna's saying that I can give him maybe give him a shout. He says, give me a hint if you want any help or actual help doing stuff. Someday what I should do is I should load up SnowRunner on stream, and then we can take a look at it and see what I should be doing, how my time would best be spent. It's too good of a game not to play. It's a great game for when what you need is like, I need to be very focused on just the act of moving. Like sometimes you want to create things, so you could jump into something like Dragon Quest Builders or Minecraft or something like that. Sometimes you just want to go. Hold on. Refill the decoction crowd, a damaging area of effect. Yeah, but the damaging area of effect isn't very good. At least it wasn't the last time that we used this. Does it? I didn't know these guys heal. Or, oh, no, that's right. They heal because we're on this side of the veil. Okay. I feel like it's pointing me towards enemies that aren't actually present.
Don't just stand there. Move.
Okay, there's an attack coming in from behind. There we go.
You're done.
I have to say, it's a really good trick for them to just turn completely incorporeal.
Incoming.
To avoid the hits.
Get lost, won't you?
Inner says we still need to finish Factorio. Wait, like, in my game? Because I feel like I successfully took off in the rocket ship. And then I even, like, landed. I know there's more stuff to investigate from there, but what I'd want to do next in Factorio, like, from everything that we've seen on the Veil, this is just a, like, go forward, right? There's no... We have not yet found evidence of any side paths, collectibles, story beats, or anything else here on the other side. Every one we've done has been go the one way that is available to you. Killer is saying that there's at least one truck in Michigan that he picked up that he still uses. Yeah, I should show off my meager... That's another thing I don't know, like, what truck should I be selling? Because I don't have any money, and I keep trying to, like, do work and save money, but then my trucks all get stuck in the mud. A. Yeah, sorry, I don't think I finished the thought. What I'd want to do next in Factorio is, like, start up a completely new world and try to take advantage of whatever it is I think that I learned in the original playthrough.
They never learn, do they? Move, Red.
Okay, I'm not going to be able to get that other blue ball. I literally hit no one. Oh, no! Wow! That has a much bigger radius than I thought it did. Okay, what we have to agree which side we're going to be on. So that was every hit that he had.
Quicken yourself.
You got this.
I did try to parry there. I was just a little early. Better early than late.
Piss off.
So I'm coming out of that with all of my Entea drained. I just took every swipe that guy decided to dish out. Oh, you guys! And then there's another piece of information. So I promise you that this is based entirely on just like looking at the map. I actually think we're approaching the halfway point, and I will show you why once we're back in the real world. I don't know that we're as close to the end of the story as I thought that we were. But I don't think the map is available at all when we're here. Which is, like, the reason that's interesting is that, whoa, hold on. Okay, see, this proves me wrong. There is a branching path here. At least I think it is. Okay, maybe not, because we can't actually access this one.
The pattern needs to line up.
Yeah, we can't get to that one. So there is, in fact, one way. Oftentimes, a source of information that we will consult is how long to beat. It's a good generalized estimate of how long a game will take to
this isn't good.
complete. And I could have sworn, so we can't get to this one either. Oh, you know what? Maybe we get to this one from the lower level. I don't really feel like it lines up very well here, or at all. Okay, I don't know why that's... Oh, there's future tunnels, not all of the tunnels. Hold on, time out just 1 second. Carolina says, question is if I should be using my own trucks or Angel's trucks. Oh, and hello to Ronan. Have Carolina get you out of the mud. Also, Ronan saying since you'll have... that he should use his own, since Carolina would probably get the first rescue truck stuck, and then have to rescue the rescue truck while rescuing Angel. The thing is, the muddy areas where I get stuck are like things that Carolina just doesn't even let up on the throttle.
There is a path once I clear the way.
Okay, so this is blocked for me now, which means I might just need to go back? Except there was nothing back that I was aware of. Oh, hold on. There might be something down this way.
Cannot work this one out.
Okay, she's saying that this one is not accessible to me. Wait, it just went, yeah. And this one is also
It won't do.
Yeah, just a touch off. It's like we're missing threads or just not standing in the correct place. So short of going completely... Well, maybe we do have to go back, because look, it does seem like there might be a different path over there. So let me go back. No? Is this...
Cannot work this one out.
Okay. It does feel like maybe I need to be a little bit higher for this one. I'm guessing it's just the way that the circles don't quite align. If anybody doesn't know the topic, we're discussing SnowRunner. Oh, and Carolina, since it's actually come up a few different times in this playthrough specifically, I just wanted to, like, highlight what you were saying about expeditions. Everybody was sort of expecting SnowRunner 2, and that's not what it is. And, like, yeah, all of a sudden, almost as if the developers knew what they were doing all along, it makes absolute sense that this is called Expeditions, a Mud Runner adventure, and not SnowRunner 2 or Sandrunner or something else. Now, that doesn't mean that I will like it or that it's something that people should jump on. Yeah, suddenly it's like, oh, right, that's why they gave it a different name that was very distinct. And, like, it sounded clunky when I first heard it, but maybe it actually makes perfect sense.
We need to find something else.
Okay. I do appreciate the fact that it's giving me dialogue saying, you can't do this. What I'm not sure to do is... We can't... I mean, I can try to yell from here. We did just find that the yell has a much wider radius, but not like half a kilometer. So, we've run around as Antea a lot. Is there anything that Red can see differently that will give us a clue? Because Oh, hold on, I didn't go down here at all. Yeah, I didn't see this pathway. I don't think that this is a comeback later. Also, among other things, I'm not sure I could come back later. I feel like once you're in the Veil, you're going to see it all the way through. Oh, I think that was the blockage that we needed to clear. Carolina is saying much of that is probably due to me using high-range gears on a lot of my trucks in the area. As long as you have an engine strong enough to keep that up, using high gear makes it infinitely easier to keep the speed going. Maybe I've been doing it wrong. I felt like the game was teaching me to stay at low gear so that you had a consistent rate of speed, but like rather than going quickly and plowing down into the mud, it was go slowly and just, you know, slow and steady wins the race. At least that's what I thought the game was saying, but I may just have misunderstood its lessons. I have to say, I'm not sure what SnowRunner 2 would need to be. It feels like SnowRunner still has like a ton of stuff to do. They keep adding more maps and more vehicles. Wow, okay.
Get back up.
Apparently I can't call Antea. Oh my god. So I feel like that might have actually been an example of what Czar was saying the other day. Where every once in a while, it's sort of like, I think specifically on a reload. Yeah, see, it didn't happen that time. But suddenly the view moves a bit further to one side in a way that you were really not expecting. It's not consistent, and I'm not sure what to make of it when it does happen. All right, so I would like to restore Antea, and Rage Demon does look like he's got a shield on him, so I'm going to focus on Alpha Tormented. All right, let's... Okay.
Change targets. Tormented first.
I did not actually note if that big Rage Demon had a name. A lot of times when we come beyond the Veil, it's another opportunity to take on somebody that you've banished, and I am kind of hoping that we get to encounter... Was it Jeffrey? Whoever the super racist guy was. Now, Innertooth really likes exploring everything in SnowRunner and MudRunner. Yeah, and that's sort of like... I feel like that's a huge part of the appeal. The other thing, and so this is just me talking about like what doesn't seem to happen in SnowRunner that I feel like it would be pretty cool. When you complete a project on one of the maps, I'd really like to see like the world change. There was one, and I think it was in Michigan right at the very beginning, where it's like, okay, go around and locate the drainage pumps so that we can start fixing things up. And I went around and did that, and I sort of thought that maybe that would start to drain that part of the map. But as far as I could tell, and maybe it does later, maybe I didn't go far enough, but I found them, and it felt like they were like, okay, awesome, now we know where all the drainage pumps are, and we can turn them on once we get, I don't know, a sequel to this game. It didn't feel like... And, like, also, I don't know if that's what I should be wanting out of it. Because if you don't have lots of mud and slush and snow and sleet and other things to sort of like plow through, if you're actively fixing up the map so that you don't need to be running through snow, isn't that the opposite of what people have gotten this game for? So I'm not sure that I'm proposing something that would be a popular choice. Yeah, if the world reflected your progress and areas that were very difficult to navigate became easier to navigate as you got things fixed up. No, in fact, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of stuck back here.
One down. Now the others.
Okay, I feel like we have to kill these guys then.
There's a tough one.
You got this, pal.
Oh, I cannot Antea right now.
Heads up.
Okay, I am taking too much damage as a character who takes damage. It just seems like a lot of dudes. Is there... I feel like the thing that we've learned about fighting a Sorrow is that you need to find the pillars, and one of them got, like, thorns and a shield, so I thought that maybe I had to defeat the guys that were nearby,
It's
but
coming for you.
it's feeling less... Okay, well, we're not going out that way.
Incoming.
If we can defeat this, I want to catch up on chat as well. And I'm
Need
saving
your
my
help to
decoction
find
until I'm,
those
like,
damn
near
pillars.
dudes. So that's still shielded. Is it something that only Antea can see? Because maybe I'm wasting a lot of time by running around as red. I feel like Antea can always see everything, so...
That was the last of them.
Okay, let's go fight the Sorrow, because whacking at these guys is just giving them opportunities to spawn more of them. Okay. Now, of interest is that we didn't, as far as I remember, see any names that we recognize, but we should now be able to do our void travel. Carolina says, what I've heard described is that if you like driving around and scouting and exploring, which you also do in SnowRunner, expeditions may be for you. If you like more hauling cargo, stick to SnowRunner. Yeah, I should do some sort of like an exhibition stream. Oh, hold on. Careful provisions. This looks like a new decoction. Damage dealt by Red Antea is increased by 20%, but spirit point gains are reduced by 30. I do like doing more damage. Oh, well, this is reduced by 40%. That's what I currently have equipped? Yeah. No, I'd rather have this. Damage dealt increased. Yeah. No, we're going to put this on. So we're gaining more strength and dexterity. We're losing a very small amount, frankly, of vitality and health. So, yeah, we've got a new thing. And I love the fact that it's, like, visually represented on him, that we've got, like, a nice wooden bottle for it now. This was the other thing that we picked up recently. Knocks down the surrounding enemies. I'm not a big fan of that one. Okay. I feel like there's a time and a place for a lot of the different tools. That particular one just doesn't speak to me. Okay, so we've done that one. Now I think that we've got one more that I found, which is this one right here. Which, again, I went to look at it, and that was when I realized, oh, I guess all the golden question marks are the veil travels. Inner says not that he likes the exploring part and not really the build this bridge to continue. I really like the build this bridge to continue. There's the element of SnowRunner, which is like, what order should you take these tasks in so that you sort of like open up the pathways to then credibly do the later orders? Because although I don't think that there's like a required order, it's like, boy, if I built this bridge, then I could get this cargo over there a lot faster. And like, that stuff I all get. I would like it if in addition to building the bridge, you also got to like lay down gravel or something. Get some sort of traction in these areas. But yeah, I also, like, to me, I think it's awesome that the development team behind SnowRunner or MudRunner is comfortable branching out and saying, what if we really built out this side of things and we, rather than releasing a direct sequel, we sort of experiment a little bit with the formula and see what people respond to. That said, I did also see some reviews that said that maybe there could be some more stability and performance patches for the new one. That's unfortunately not super uncommon in the modern era, and it could also just be down to like individual configuration. Oops. Noticing that he tends to start with whatever stuff opens the roads, and Fox McCloud is saying that it's time for more spooky or spoopy specifically. Yes, we're gonna head towards one of the obsidian glass portals. I don't know why this is so exciting to me, but well, it's exciting because it means that we have a lot more of this than I thought. So here's Mount Pleasant, and we came to Mount Pleasant from the Mire Marshes and the Dark Woods, and New Eden is actually over here, which is where we're ultimately trying to go. So I had very strongly thought that this was an either or. However, if we go back to the map here, the map completion is showing 54%. Surely they're not going to limit you to only 50% map completion or so on any given playthrough. And then I look down here, and doesn't it look like this path is completely open to go down here to the other thing? And the thing that really gave it away for me is that this next quest, Grief and Rancor, is the same name of the quest that first set us up here. So you guys, I think that we absolutely do get to do the entire other track here. I guess that I'd been talking about how I felt like that was like you can do either or and then do the other side on a replay, and that would give it a lot of replay value. But yeah, if you're allowed to do both sides of that track in the same playthrough, that is just very exciting to me because I wanted to see as much of the story as we could. And then the thing that I was starting to say when we were in the underworld was How Long to Beat. I could have sworn How Long to Beat rated this entire game as like 20 to 25 hours. Now, I tend to go around and do all the side quests and look for collectibles and do the optional fights like we're doing right now to like level up our stats and that stuff. I don't see in what world this game comes out at like 20 to 25 hours.
Can I get to this one? Got this on for size.
Yeah, I went north at that, like, which way do you want to go point, because it said something about, like, a military camp, and I was like, well, we just learned that Red is a military guy. I feel like that would be his first instinct on where to go, because he's going to talk that language and know the people that were there. And, yeah, I feel like that was borne out when we got there. Like, he had that whole rapport with Andrew White and everything else. So I hadn't been thinking that there's a whole other branch that we would also get to do in this playthrough. Killer is also saying later on some of the trucks are locked behind missions other than repair, refuel, and deliver this truck at spot X. I know that sometimes it's like unlock the so I don't know if there's a rope here. I think there is. I think there is right there, but we'll either tie it off or... Okay, there is. We're good. All right, so we've got our second of 2...
Ready to walk through it if you are.
Upside downs to do. I keep going to the wrong side. That last one was tricky with the... You had to find a way to smash the stone before you could use the teleport ability to get ahead. Yeah, not only do we have SnowRunner, but we have like the year 4 pass, and everything that came between it. Like, there's a lot of SnowRunner that I have not yet experienced.
They brought more friends.
Nope. Okay, so Antea now has low spirit points, so I feel like we're going to get the bonus that's described up there.
Dodge it if you can.
Also, if Crow shows up at some point today, I realized that during the last episode, I was right in the middle of saying something to her about, like, the RPG characters that I've played, and then got distracted by all of the story. That was a fun puzzle then at the end. So do you have 1 to 4 pass or only 4? I believe all 4 years, but I might have to double check. By the way, Caroluna, Fox, Inner, I hope that in general, I think I said this earlier, but I hope that your Sundays have gone well. I was sharing with Bogard when he came in that here in the United States we did the whole time change, and that's going to be on me all week, and it just is. It takes some time to get used to that. I'm somewhat happier now that the time change that we're going through, like, this is going to take a bunch of adjustment, but then we have this time for like 8.5 months. Like, it's most of the year is on this clock cycle, which is way happier for me than switching back again in 5 months or whatever. Okay, that's really not what I wanted to do.
This isn't over yet.
Okay. Again, just for anybody if is curious about the strategy that's being employed here, such as it is, Red does not need to reload if Antea punches something. Whoops. The same magic that allows him to load his rifle by racking it as though it was a modern shotgun allows it to be reloaded in its entirety.
Piss off.
By having a ghost punch something.
Dodge it if you can.
Yeah, I was able to dodge it. He is very stuck on something, and I'm not sure that I'm upset about it. Inner saying, Carolyn saying you have a couple hours of gameplay ahead of you then. Oh, with SnowRunner? Yeah. Yeah, more than a few. I still remember when you finished up that one region, I don't remember the name of it, but you were like in SnowRunner like, oh my god. This was the hardest and longest area. Now, again, I'm a little bit surprised that his compass works. That there's like a true north here in the magical world of the underground. But I don't remember which way I came in, like at all. So I'm gonna go this way. I really think that this is how we came in. Amur, yeah. Inner's also saying he has 2 time changes. Well, the USA one for the streams that he watches, and then his own in 3 weeks. Also, Fox is saying, worse from your shotgun racking a muscle loader. It's a magic Banisher's gun. You see, he's not racking it. He's not like ejecting the shell as though it was a modern shotgun. What he's doing is, I swear to God, I cannot figure out if I'm going backwards. He's rubbing on. I went completely backwards. Okay, so we're heading generally west. I want to make sure I don't get turned around again. He's coating the barrel with the magical runes that make it effective against ghosts. So it looks very silly, but to a Banisher, it actually makes perfect sense. And also, they never describe what it is that they're doing or why, because it's so natural to them that, of course, there's no reason. And it just sounds like he's racking the shotgun because he makes that sound with his mouth. See, it's all explained in the lore. All right, so we're ready to go up? Yes. Carol Luna is giving the sarcasm face as he says, Amur is every SnowRunner's favorite area. Now, I do see a different path over to the left, so this may or may not be our one-way trip. And hello to Samalander! Samlander, I hope you had a great time today with Factorio. I was looking at some of your belt designs when the image on mobile would resolve enough to be able to see everything. And also, I think it was Maxine was saying that, like, you know, giving some advice on how to like build a 4-way splitter or something, but you probably already had that in mind for what you were working on. Okay, so here's our sorrow. I don't think that we're required to do these in any particular order. Really hoping to hit the ghost, not the... Like, webbing a Saros pillar doesn't help that much. Okay, everybody leave me alone. So that's 2 out of 3 based on where the bar is. Here's 3 out of 3. I deliberately stopped running for a second to make sure that I wouldn't do that.
Eyes peeled.
Wow, that was easier than some. Maybe it's only because I, like, really kept my eye on the prize, but it felt like the pillars just were all right in the area and presented themselves very easily. Inner's voting to get me back to Factorio. I think that my next deep dive into it might be around when the expansion comes out, but I have been looking at it in the Steam list. It is still installed. And Samlander's saying that maybe it's Maxine was probably just commenting on my annoyance of the Factorio Reddit community. Reddit is not a community. Like, I know that Reddit is actually many communities, but like Reddit as a whole concept is not a place that I go very often. It's not something that I avoid, but I'm just like, every once in a while I'll be looking for like a problem to a solution to a technical problem, or I'll have a question about something. Reddit will come up in the search results. I will go look at what that post is on Reddit, maybe check some of the discussions, but then otherwise generally go on with my life. There is less snow here than there's been in a long time, so we are... Oh, wow! This is actually almost where I wanted to be, isn't it? Was there anything else that I wanted to do up there? Not especially. Well, okay. There is a couple things. We do need to go get the money, if we can get there from here. And we also... I'd love to get that as well. We also, and we can, now that we can do the creeping ivy, I have the iron, the high-quality iron, and... Or, sorry, well, I turned in the iron already. What we need to do is go... get the item, whatever it is. Carolina saying, wow, less snow? Just like SnowRunner. Also, Carolina, I didn't want to make a question of it during your stream because you were, like, enjoying SnowRunner. Is the headache better than it was? I know that that was an issue earlier in the weekend, and you certainly sounded very chipper and got in a good-sized stream. I just hope that it all went very well. I'd like to read this while also navigating the cave. Reddit is the new forum, but just in a new jacket. And you go to forums for a special subject and you can get banned by the owner. Reddit is open to all, so it's toxic. Well, don't the individual subreddits have moderators? Or is it because Reddit, the subreddit is not run by, like, a Coverax or whatever it is, like one of the company people? It's run by some other rando that it gets really toxic because they're not doing proper moderation. Like, what's the circumstance? Simulator is confirmed that they have their own mod team, but like, or do you guys find that for Factorio specifically, it's just like kind of miserable? Carolina is saying that he's feeling a lot better today. It was only yesterday. Okay, well, pretty sure we've been through that one. No, it wants me to use this boat. Can I pilot the boat on my own? The good news is we don't have to. Yeah, okay. The only other time that we were in the boat, Seeker was running it, and it was a whole cutscene. It's not miserable, the subreddit says, Samlander. It's just the meta of priority splitters instead of balancers annoys him. I am not surprised to hear that there are some strong opinions in the Factorio subreddit about almost everything. Wasn't it ProZD had that one of his like little micro skits that goes on for like 40 seconds, and it's both before and after you discover the subreddit for your hobby. And in the top one, he was like, this water's pretty good. And in the after, it's this long explanation of like pH balance and, you know, everything else, just hyper detailed.
I'm right here, you know.
Yeah, there are many communities and sort of like social media places that I will go to some lengths to avoid using for any reason. Reddit does not happen to be on that list. It just is a place that I don't happen to go very often. There's a reason why Colonel Will has a "you're doing it wrong" as an emote. Oh, is that it? I think Innertooth might be using it right now. Samlander, at some point, maybe at the end of a stream someday, can I run a review past you? Speaking of, like, places on the internet, there's an Amazon review for a D&D 5th edition book that I would like your personal take on. For anybody that doesn't know, Samlander is a very experienced DM. He is currently running a D&D live play called Pharophobe, which happens every other weekend. This is the off weekend, so he's not doing it this weekend. But many times we're graced to have him come over. He and Innertooth, maybe sometimes Suda and others at the end of their session. It's always a lot of fun to have them come by.
We should take it to him.
Oh, is that the money?
No, I guess it was right to send us in the end.
Indeed. The idea is ingenious, but dangerous.
This feels like... Oh, yep, I definitely want... I feel like I want to go in there, no? Or did we already do that? We already did that one. Okay. All right, so let's go back to Fernando, and we should be able to just use a fast travel point to get there. Let's check to see if I have this key, because I have a habit of picking up keys that I have no idea what they go to, and then walk up to a chest and it happens to fit. Inner saying that the Twitch Factorio community on Twitch is really nice, and I hope that you liked it as well. Oh, well, if that question is for me, yes. Yeah, for me, I feel like it's everybody watching, like, babies' first steps in Factorio. But as long as they're cool with that, no, I had a very good time with it. There was no, like, you know, no, dummy, do it this way. LOL, how can you not understand load balancing on belts or anything like that? Like, no, everybody was really cool about it. There was one Reddit post that I saw that like, when I describe this to you, you will not find it funny, and I do not know why I find it funny. Is this it? Oh, mushrooms. I don't remember what I was trying to find. I was trying to look up something about, like, functionally the way that Anno 1800 looks. And then in, like, the other related topics thing, one of them was like, I spent 400 hours on this beauty build. Let me know how it came out. And it was just a picture of your starting warehouse in an open green field. It is, like, the most obvious joke in the world, but for some reason it really made me laugh. It had a ton of, like, upvotes, too. Did I read this out loud, that Samlander is Innertooth's second favorite DM? I apparently don't know where this chest is. It looks like it's below me, and also the... No, it definitely wants me to go up here. Maybe this is where I turned the wrong way. Yeah, I was just going where the path led instead of where the compass led.
Die, you bastard!
I will say this for, like, balancing and stuff. I'm really happy that in this game the snipers, like the Tormenteds that get up on the cliffs, they invariably die in a single rifle shot. I feel like it would only be annoying if you had to shoot those guys like 2, 3, 4 times and, like, find a way to get reloaded between them. Instead, it's like, what the hell keeps hitting me? And then you realize, oh, there's a sniper up there that I just didn't see. And the reason that I like it is that when it happens, you realize, oh, the game isn't being cheap or annoying. I just wasn't being observant. The fault is mine. I don't remember if we read this. 1636, after several days of resistance, the fort remains. This last week, attacks on the frontier came quick and hard. The savages took many brave soldiers down, but we remain strong. I absolutely have read this not only once, but twice, so we are good. Do we have the chest around? And if you're wondering, doesn't it still have the lock? They do, and no, I still don't have this key. In my experience, maybe I'm misremembering, even when you find the key, they still show the little lock symbol, and I don't think that'll know. Would it have said on the map? Yeah, it does not say one way or the other. All right, let's go give the cash to Ferdinand, and the reason that I want to prioritize that is, A, it's what we were contracted to do, and B, I'm concerned that I will forget that that's the dialogue option, and if I don't recognize it when we get there, I might not wind up giving him the thing that he is owed. Sam Lander's going to go find some supper. Sam Lander, thank you very much. Hopefully, thank you for the lurk is what I mean, and hopefully we'll see you again when you get back. Also, Inner was describing his first DM was the best. Sorry you can never get into on that first D&D experience. He was a hobby voice actor, although the session only lasted 2 years. I'm happy with a more stable D&D game, even with the breaks. YouTube. So I have, on occasion, more than one occasion, shared my occasional feelings about. Really? Okay. YouTube's recommended options. However, every once in a while, they do recommend you something that is like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. And one of them that they did recently, and I mean like real recently, I want to say like Friday, it's from a channel called Bill Allen, Allan, and the series is teaching high schoolers to play D&D for the first time. And at least in season 1 or whatever you'd want to call it, he had 4 high schoolers come in. I think he himself is a teacher based on the context, and he brought in 4 of his students and they played a session of D&D, and they rolled up characters and he walked them through like what the stats mean and then went on an adventure, and it's super cool. It's just, I really like seeing people learn it for the first time. And there's no like complex lore or anything else to like, who are these characters and what are they in the middle of? So Fernando lives up in Mount Pleasant. No. That's the one. Okay, so we want to go here, because that's the surface level one. It reminded me of... So they're not as like... They're just regular students, right? So they're not showmen. But it reminded me of the first experience I ever had with D&D 4th edition. This was actually slightly before it came out. Chris Perkins, who is like a big, like, professional DM and like author of the books over at Wizards of the Coast, he DM'd a session for Penny Arcade, for the Penny Arcade guys, and that was where the whole like Acquisitions Incorporated actually came from, and just seeing people get in for the first time and like do their characters, there's something really appealing about that. And that's what I liked about this Bill Allen series. Like, they weren't like loud and making jokes and being really funny and irreverent about it. They were just sort of like learning D&D, and seeing them like get comfortable with the system and start to make decisions, get drawn out of their shell and feel more social at the table. I thought it was awesome.
I hope you have my money.
I have brought you your money.
I brought you your money.
I love the heavy jingle of a fat purse. You are a man of your word. I like that. Here, take these. And don't look so disappointed. The right buyer will pay. And handsomely.
One man's pain is another man's pleasure.
And one man's trinket is another man's treasure. Come to me if you need anything.
Okay. So we got 2 dice and like a candlestick? I mean, I'm fine, but maybe... I don't know if those will go on to be quest items, or if those will be like, we just sell them to the right vendor and we get like a huge payout. So the next quest that you see up there at the top left, that is to go back and see Seeker about the mirror, and that is more likely than not what we'll do, because that's our next, like, epilogue chapter. Before we commit to it, though, do we see anything else? I haven't found the navigator statues. Maybe we'll come across those in the scope of our lives. That's just an entrance. And this is where Seeker is. And then this is where the quest is, which would take us back south. So that's another thing. There's at least one manifestation we plainly don't have, the spectral web. So we can switch back to Ceridian's Island. Yeah. Oh, wait, I do want to go do this. Yeah, let's go get this. Permanent stat increase is worth the journey. And I never found the hunter ones. Oh, hold on. Oh, right. Yes. Let's go do this. Because then we're going to close that one out as well. So let's go do this one. And what we want to do is go fast travel to Hunter's Camp. This, by the way, this Mount Pleasant, I know that this is like a desolate and like isolated area and that the people are freezing and starving. This whole aesthetic is like my jam. I actually really like this area. I'd rather be here, I feel like, than the swamp. Although maybe if I was here and like losing one of my toes and an ear to frostbite, I'd feel a little bit differently. Caroluna's got to turn in. Caroluna, have a great night. I'm so glad that you could hang out today, and thank you again for the awesome stream earlier today. All right, so we're going to bounce all the way over here. Yeah, stuff like this, I specifically did not want to do off-stream because there's going to be dialogue. The Fernando one, I did not realize that that was a quest yet to do. I have to say, I don't hate this either. Like, the mossy huts and stuff seems pretty cool. So, yeah, let's run over here. We delivered the high-quality iron now a while back. We rested, and that wasn't enough. Now the blacksmith has finished his tour de force, and we are going to get the very best Witcher armor that exists.
Mr. McCraith, how good to see you. Just so happens I've something for you. It's not much, but I hope it serves you.
You have my thanks, Mrs. Heaton.
No, my friend. You have mine.
Thank you for your time, Mrs. Heaton.
Thank you for your interest, Mr. McCraith.
I'm not... like, the most delightful thing we would have gotten there is what I said earlier, which would have been one high-quality nail. I really wanted a nail. I wanted, like, just a piece of evidence that the blacksmith was getting better. Defeating an enemy with a melee attack restores 7% of health. I mean, that's okay. I feel like I'd have to spend a while upgrading this. I will say this. This is level 2. What I'm using currently is level 5. This is actually better in a couple ways. It's a lot of persistence lost. A lot of persistence and a lot of spirit. Somewhat of a loss of wrath. But if we were to upgrade this, that gap might close quite a bit. Why don't we take a quick look... Yeah, okay, and this answers the question that I had, what is a soul shard? And a soul shard is an upgrade thing. I actually want to upgrade this set. Because it's a story beat, because it was like a special quest, I wouldn't be surprised if it actually cleans up real nice. I also, by the way, in that Bill Allen thing, I also like the fact that they left in just all the... whatever it was that they cut out, it doesn't seem like much, because it's so clear that the high schoolers, they clearly know each other, they clearly have a rapport, and at one point one of the students says to one of the other ones like oh yeah, and remember like back in chemistry when you like whatever, and it's like I just really like the fact that they're just like the most regular of regular people that are doing this, because if the purpose of the event is to show, hey, D&D is cool and it can be fun for everybody. What better way than to just get some randos? Yeah, so I don't have any ghastly concretion, but what I wanted to upgrade was the... Let's go in here. Yeah, nope. I wanted ebony and ivory or whatever it was. Oh, this is a completely different set than what I was looking at. Although the stats are very similar. It's actually more dexterity, which is good for the rifle shot. Parrying increases the damage to the next light attack and heavy attack by 75%. It doesn't say or heavy attack, but that might be a typo. I still want to upgrade this. We're going to do this, and I don't have an elite gem. Okay. Well, we could still take a look at Second Wind. This isn't my favorite, but why not do the upgrade? Because it requires components that are just so cheap to me. Yep, we'll do that one too. I cannot buy nest silt, so this is as far as we go. The waxy cap agaric we can get someplace else. Yes, I'm probably mispronouncing that. So where did we end up with this then? Still no wrath, still bad on persistence, but the vitality and health upgrades, which are really red only. And again, his health bar is the more important of the two. No offense to Antea, but when she runs out, she just goes to sleep for a while. When he runs out, we get a game over screen. So this set isn't bad. The melee damage is a little bit lower, is the only other part. Oh, but it's a higher percentage of block damage. Yeah, I'm not mad about having that, but let's see if we can upgrade that over time, and for that's where we need the elite gem, so we'll just have to keep an eye out for it. I think the enemy you just got was repost or something like that. What was it? I thought it was the ivory one. Is it ivory repost? Ivory repost. Yes, it was. You were absolutely right, Fox. Also, Fox was saying that in his... Wait, where are we going? I think... I'm so sorry, you guys. I need to check the map. In his mind, Red is just running around constantly talking, which freaks everybody out, while he sometimes holds up a rune to talk to chat. It's just like Al in Quantum Leap. We're coming full circle with the story that I said in the previous episode. Oh, also, there's a whole thing up here that we haven't gone to, but I'm less concerned about that. There was an upgrade post that I wanted to visit. One of these, except it was white, because we hadn't gotten it yet. We might set that aside now. Do we know what these are? Oh. Why haven't I done these? This seems entirely undone. And we would get some nest silt out of it. Let me highlight that for a second. Yeah, I have bad news. I do not remember where the pillar was. This thing. The altar. Oh, there it is. Yes. Okay, so this is back on the Mire Marshes. Let's go get the nest, because I don't think this might be the one. There was one that I was like, oh man, I tried it twice, I failed, I'll just come back and do it later. So maybe this is it. We are now up a couple levels and have a much... Look at that artwork. I really like that. Okay. Yep, this is the one that I was having some trouble with before. All right, let's give this another good shot. And this is Make Manifest? I hope it is. We've only got 410 of these.
Reveal your true self.
Hogging all the fun. Watch out! Spectre possession. Ready and waiting.
Yeah, this guy. I'd get this guy really low, and then he would kill me. And he did it a couple times.
Watch out! We made it angry.
All right, where's your friend? Oh, no, maybe it's the guy that we kick out of this. I think that when we kill this guy, another one of those rage demons comes out. Really gave me a wallop.
Don't just stand there. Move!
Okay, that really hurt. I promise that I'm trying to do the charge.
Run, Red!
Maybe it's this guy. I don't know. There's one big red rage demon that was messing me up real good.
Away with you.
Nope, nope,
Red.
don't. Okay, but that was... I think I took a full gun blast directly to the face. And the sickle man got me from behind.
This bite's not easily chewed.
Possession incoming.
Okay, that is actually now my last decoction. Okay, and nearly out of health.
Think you could take on a ghost? Run, Red! I'm right here, you know.
Wow! So these guys, I don't know if it's part of the challenge or it's just that they're like 5 levels higher, but they do a ton of damage. I need to get better at mitigating that. Let's try it at least once more, and then I won't feel bad about like going ahead. But I have to try to take less damage, and also I should be a lot better about using Antea's like netting, the ensnare to hold them down.
I'm right here, you know. Watch out! Spectre possession.
Okay, okay. Please don't.
Think we've missed it. Get back up.
These early guys, like, they go down so much more easily than the guys that come after.
I can help. They never learn, do they? to me.
Okay, stop going. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that I get off as many charge attacks while he's frozen as I can.
Get the hell out of there! Can I join in too?
Not a good shot. Do you think, does her yell count as a charged heavy attack? I feel like it's just a manifestation in terms of like how it's classed in combat, but I could be wrong.
Likes us much.
Oh.
I can help.
No, so wait a second. I got the shit kicked out of me like 4 previous times when I tried that. I don't know what I did differently there. I was prepped up for round 5 of that. I was like, oh, this is where it's whatever. I'm honestly surprised that went through okay. I wish I had a better idea of what I did, except just try to be very careful not to take any damage ever. It was a very defensive run. I guess that's what worked. I feel like I just came across as really disappointed. It's more just surprise. Whoops. Okay, so that was the nest, and now... So is there anything we're gonna do ahead of going forward? I really don't think so. We don't have the parts for that. We might find the sentry here when we go there. Yeah, that's what we want to do. We do want to go here. Let's set a course for the Creeping Ivy, and we're going to go to Mossy Watchtower. Now, somebody said something, and I don't feel like I understand it, so I'm going... Please understand that this is a question and not me making a claim, because this doesn't sound right. I heard somebody say that Washington State has moved to get rid of daylight savings time, but because it would require, like, a change in federal regulation, and the feds haven't signed off on it, they're not allowed to do that. Which, I guess, so I don't know the history here, but Arizona, the entire state of Arizona, does not move its clocks. There are also other specific, either precincts or voting districts or cities. There's certain other areas of the country that also do not move their clocks, I believe. So the idea that Washington State is only allowed to do it with a change in federal regulation, that's possible if there was a change in federal law that said that you're not allowed to do it because we don't want to have different parts of, like, the time zones operating differently, but that just feels a little unlikely. I don't know. I figured I would ask if anybody knows if that's the case. All right, let's go take a quick look here. I'm going to go to this Creeping Ivy. The Creeping Ivies, as you guys have seen, vary for me from bing, bang, boom, we did it instantly, or, okay, let's really examine this from all potential angles and try to figure it out. I do not know what it's telling me, but I feel like this is slightly more likely than the way across, and if it's not, we'll head back. It is... Nope, it's going to be the other way, I think. Okay, what if we set a course for that? Will that... Because I don't feel like we're being given the pathway. I am way the hell off. Yeah, this seems a lot more directed. Yeah, like if you guys remember like that one stream that we did that was like the intro adventure for HW. It's like that like teaching high schoolers how to play, except that it actually had like character creation. And he did Bill Allen here in the YouTube series take character creation down to just everybody's going to play a human. And I think that was to avoid getting too lost in the sauce about like the different character races. What was interesting though is that he did describe the character races. There was a whole section where he like walked everybody through this a dwarf, an elf, a half-elf, a tiefling, half-orc, and then he said, and by the way, you're all playing humans. Which is fine when you're introducing people to the game for the very first time. It can be nice to have their choices be a little bit more targeted. I was just...
Ask for help if you need it.
surprised that he went through the different races. Like all of that could have been... All of that could have been covered as they met those races in the world if it was just a matter of, like, getting people familiar with it. In the alternative, maybe he first thought that he was going to have them all, like, choose their races, and then as he was into the process, or maybe there was a section that they cut out where it was just like, we'll just all play humans. We'll just keep it really simple. Okay, so now we're getting closer, but not yet close enough. I'm willing to bet that the bog ivy, whatever it's called, the creeping ivy, is going to be our gateway to what we want to have anyway. I don't think that we're going to just saunter up to this incarnate statue altar and get what we want immediately. Because if it was that easy, I wouldn't know why we didn't pick it up earlier. Hello to Grumpy! Grumpy, how is New York City for you and Moo? I saw earlier that you were going to go out and get some breakfast to make sure that Moo didn't wind up eating you when she woke up. I assume that she's had something like eggs instead of Grumpy, and that since then you guys have hopefully had a really fun day in New York City. Platform Platypus says, episode 19. Dang, this is a long game. So, on that note, I don't think I've talked about it very much. We've been trying something a little bit different with how these episodes are structured.
I take the heart, you take the roots.
Where the VODs have been mostly broken up. I don't remember if I've talked about this. The VODs have been primarily broken up to focus on a specific case. So sometimes we've been doing, like, a stream and then cutting that up into 2 separate episodes so that, like, the primary focus would be on this storyline. And we'll probably do that in a bit as we move between collecting all of these epitaphs and then, epilogues, and then going forward to the new stuff. So, although it is very much episode 19 right now, it's also... There's been somewhat fewer streams. But yeah, Platypus, there's a ton of content in this. I'm really enjoying it. Wait, really? Wow, that did not give us a lot of time to work it out. Okay, let's try that again. Shoot 1. Shoot 2. Shoot 2 a little bit better. No, you guys, this is like a heartbeat. Okay. And then where does the third one go? We've got 1. We've got 2. It looks like the third vein goes... Ah, there we go. I see it. This still feels like it's going to be very quick.
Picked and culled.
Boy, that was down to the last second. Platypus, I hope you had a great Sunday so far. I damn near said Monday. Let's not rush it. Okay. That was actually a chest. Happy to do it. But now we do want to go forward to that. Now, I saw... Yeah, there's like a spirit tunnel over here. Grumpy is saying that Moo did get to have oatmeal. And they just got back from dinner. I hope it was good. We want to go over this way. Yeah, Platypus, my understanding is that Ultra Average Gaming has also been playing it, and now that he was definitely ahead a little bit in some of the storylines, but now I'm not sure... Wow, this is... I'm less certain about the structure of the game and the progress than I used to be, so I'm not sure if he's still ahead or if I'm ahead. It's not a race, but it turns out that this game is not quite as linear as I had thought. I don't know what it's telling me about how to get over there. I feel like I want to... Let's go through here. Let's see what we find. Oh, nice! Platypus is off tomorrow. I think Grumpy and Moo are actually in New York City on Grumpy's work, so he does not have a vacation so much as he has a good opportunity to hopefully steal some quiet time with Moo and just enjoy company. Interesting that it is Monday where he is. Oh, and Mitra as well. It's already rolled over into Monday for them. Hello to Mitra, by the way. I hope that you're having a good Sunday. We are trying to find what I believe to be one of the last incarnate statues on this side of the map. And we want to go that way to find where the ghost mist is coming from. And it's not going to be up this way that we go.
Once you've revealed the routes, I'll destroy them. Die, you bastard!
Yeah!
Help, hold.
These guys both, they somehow attack faster and slower than I expect. Okay, that is part of a creeping ivy. A different one than the one that we were looking at before, obviously. And what I'm not sure of... Okay, the roots extend down here, so I assume that the core... Okay, so there's the core. We've got one, we've got two. And one of the veins really looks like it goes over here. But not out here. Yeah, this might be this might be one of those cases where we shoot the two that we can see and then try to work out where the third is. No, I learned nothing from that. It did look to me like it was this vein that was still lit up. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay.
Quick and precise. Well done.
Okay, before we go, let's go down here. I was about to say before we go, let's check that other way, but I'm worried that I will wander off and then not actually do the thing that we came for. Okay, that seems a lot. So this is a one-way down as far as I can tell. Let me just go back here and check this area. We've probably already wriggled through here at one point in the past. Yeah, this just takes us right back, which is where we want to go. Just to be on the safe side, I will now go down the one-way drop. We'll see if it leads to any place new, or a key, or a statue. One of the haunted dolls. Or this fight.
Focus, Red.
Yeah, the way that the investigations in this are structured, it just feels like kind of a natural fit to try to aim as many of the streams, as many of the episodes as possible around one of the storylines. And it seems like that's been overall received well, because I feel like it helps keep the narratives a little bit more contained to individual events, less to track. So that was that, and now, as far as I know, I don't have that key, and we did just check it. Now we can head over here-ish. Yeah, let's go talk to her about the exorcism. So that's going to be going to Ceridian's Island, and that will go the fastest. I do feel like this one is going to be faster to reach. So I feel like Mitra is sharing that they're in Sweden. I'm curious if this lore, this mythology, seems to draw inspiration from a few different places. And Princess Casey lives in the British Isles, so she recognizes a bunch of it from where she's from. I'm just curious if you've noticed anything that's like, oh yeah, that's you know, drawn from local legends, folklore, our culture. It is saying, welcome, Sweden. He is Dutch, Inner is, and says, hopes that it's not too cold. Here it is still, here it's right at that point where you can, it's still cooling down at night. Too cool so far to keep the windows open, but the daytimes are getting nicer and warmer, and you can feel that spring is on the way. And I am really looking forward to being able to go outside for like long walks in the evening and stuff again. That was a great thing that we were doing pretty much all year last year. Okay, I do see that chest. I do not see a way up to the chest. Or over to whatever that is. It really wants me to understand. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, it wants me to know you're not gonna be able to get here. Okay, that's not an up. So, like, that chest is gonna be the kind that's gonna have 48 pieces of 8 and, you know, 2 mushrooms and whatever. Like, I'd like to get it. What's weird is that we had another chest that was like on the platform right next to it, the plateau just next to it. Yeah, there is a chest over there, and we can't get to it from this side, and I don't see anything down there, so it must be a work our way around back, and I don't see a pathway to do that either. Let's look at the map, but then I might just walk away. That's interesting. Like, there's a chest here. Oh, you know what I bet it is? I bet that's the re-entry point for one of the Veil teleports, where you go into the Veil. I bet you come out up there and then you get that chest. Because we did 2 of those right in a row, and every time we came out, there was a chest. A wonderful, wonderful chest of stuff right there. Interesting that where he is, it's about 10 degrees Celsius, but it's nighttime. Actually, I mean, if we want to go with the Happy Monday, everybody, it's morning time. Or twilight time, because you said that it just rolled over. So I guess I'd probably call it twilight instead of morning. I feel like the horizon needs to be getting a little bit bright before you can call it morning. Okay. We are on the fast travel path to here. And so our next goal, oops. The magic mirror that we picked up from the cursed mirror that has the demon soul inside, like it's a demon tie. That's what we need to go talk to Seeker about how to destroy. Huh. I wasn't anticipating this. Also, I'm going the wrong way. How am I going the wrong way? Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, so if we follow the marker, it wants me to go this way. But this feels like a creeping vine that I have to open from the other side. That I don't have access to the core in order to get it started here. Whoa, that was really disorienting. So let me go back the other way. Let's see if there's any other exit from this cave. Maybe we can get vision on it from a different angle. Mitcher says, soon it's time to hit the hay, has to get up early for work. I know exactly where you're coming from there. I need to be careful not to push it too late myself. But we're very happy to have you here for as long as you can be. Well, none of this seems like it's leading me to where I'm trying to get to. That's going to lead back to the campfire. I want to get here. And we've been in there before. Was it because we came by boat? That doesn't make very much sense. There has to be a way in there. The first time that we visited Ceridian's Island, we came by boat, and it was Seeker that rowed us over. Okay, maybe... Okay, I give. This seems like it's going to take us right out into the main clearing, which is what we want. Now, if we could unlock that ivy from this side, I'd love to do it so that we'd have a more direct path in the future. Where specifically am I? It seems like we're in the right area. Yeah, let me go up and around, and let's see if we can find where that ivy was. When we were here last, I don't think that we had Ante ability to open it up. Inner's saying, there are calendars that say it's a new day when the sun is set. That would feel a little bit disorienting during the times of the year when the sun sets at like 4:30.
That's why they pay me good money.
Okay, now this way is open. That'll make it much easier to get in and out. And then this is still locked, so we can't do it. Okay, now let's head over and we're going to talk to Seeker about that exorcism. Usually these epilogue chapters are fairly straightforward. I want to say that probably one of the more elaborate ones was when we had to put down Anne Wings like 4 times. That was pretty recent.
Maybe we can ask Seeker about the Rumble's mirror.
Clever.
What do you want? More to the point, what do you need?
Seeker,
Milady?
we found a cursed object.
Did you use Fear God's ritual on it?
This curse seems different, stronger somehow. We were hoping you could help.
A curse could mean different things, depending. What do you think happened?
An entity took over a woman's ghost, or perhaps mimicked her so to torture her grieving husband. The mirror had belonged to a couple who died, violently. Red and I both felt its influence.
What became of the husband?
We resolved the haunting. He lived. We're not sure what happened to her. It was a bit of a mess.
Sounds like you found something really dangerous. Well done.
What could the entity be? We've linked it to the void. It was sharp, perceptive, highly manipulative.
It came from the void. Who cares what it is? Don't trifle with it. Send the bloody thing back.
What do you think we should do with it?
3 possibilities come to mind. Hair from someone who's escaped this entity's grasp. Soil from the breach through which it crawled out of the void. And the roots from a tree that has seen 5,000 moons. None is powerful enough by itself, but all 3 things combined shall serve the trick.
Here. As in, all of it.
If you don't wish to scalp its owner, a lock should suffice.
That's good news.
Oops, sorry.
Here.
If you don't wish...
The void. Again.
Funny thing, the closer to the breach the soil lay, the more likely your ritual is to succeed.
You know this place better than we do. So where to find such a tree?
In the dark woods stands a great and crooked tree. It's surely the oldest living thing in the whole of New Eden. I'd go there.
Thank you. Really.
So, if she sells the ghastly concretions, I actually need a bunch of those.
Anything interesting you'd trade with a Banisher?
Say for yourself.
The only issue is that she trades in witchstone, not pieces of 8. So if we wanted to do this, we need 27 ghastly concretions. And maybe that's it. Okay. Yeah, I've got 4 grand. Let's do that. I've been very good about saving up my witch stones.
We'll be going. Hope to talk again soon.
Sure.
Okay, so we need the origin, soil from the breach through which the entity crawled out of the void. The closer the breach, the more powerful the ritual. The roots of the tree that's seen 5,000 moons to transfix the entity that the ritual may destroy its bonds and send it back. And the lure, hair from someone who has escaped the creature's grasp. I legitimately, like, the tree is the only one that I feel like we even have a lead on, but let's solve that in a second. Let me quickly see. Oops. Just want to make sure. Yeah, so the next time that we see a campfire, which might be in moments, we'll do our upgrade. What's closest doesn't really apply, so we'll focus on what we can get to quickly. Does anybody see? Like, this is something else. And the area, the breach through which it crawled, you would think would be up in the Mount Pleasant area, and yet I don't see that either. Acquire root from a great tree, a hair from someone that escaped the entity, retrieves soil from the manor's nearest void. Oh, well that I do know how to do, because we went to that void. Let's go back here. Because, yeah, that was my thought. We know where the entity was hanging out. We know where we found the mirror. So you would think that it probably arrived pretty close. Looks like Inner is dropping a lurk, probably to head to bed. Inner 2, thank you very much for hanging out. Hopefully we will see you again for your stream tomorrow. Were I to guess, Innertooth will probably be continuing with his own Factorio games. He just started up a completely new world. One that I suspect is heavily modded, because Innertooth is very experienced in Factorio and knows how to generate a version of the game that he is the happiest with. So let's do that upgrade. Here. And the one that I actually have equipped is here. It's going to take it all the way, almost all the way up to the max. And then we just need that Scourge Accretion and we will be good. Okay, so... Yes. Okay, now that's the actual, void traveling place. Oh, no, this is. Yes. So that's where we want to go, and this is where we want to travel. Oh, Mitra's also dropping a lurk. Mitra, you also have a good evening. Thank you very much for hanging out. Yeah, when you're not sure where to find everything that you need, we might as well pick up the things that we do know where to find, and maybe we'll trip and fall over the others. I earnestly thought that we'd go up to seek her, and she's like, hey, what's up? We found this, smashed up mirror that knit itself back together. Oh yeah, hand that here. Just drops it directly into her vat of carbolic acid. Problem solved. I like this elevator. It's nice and quick. I'm slightly surprised. Well, I guess she has to stay close to Red. Like, Red is her, like, human tie. I was about to say, I'm slightly surprised that Antea doesn't take the opportunity to just pull a Homelander and say, like, I'll meet you there. So, but I don't want to go in here, though. This is the nearest void. Can I do this without performing the ritual? Not that I see. Do you have to go through it? And then this is just going to lead back outside. I don't particularly want to go through the entire void if I'm going to come out on the other side and not have the soil that I need. I might table this, and then I can look it up a little bit later to see... Because that feels like a big commitment in time to go all the way through it. Like, I would... The worst thing that would happen is we die. The second worst thing is that we level up all of our attributes. It's not a bad thing to do this. I just really thought there would be, like, another marker on the ground, because if this is not the void that we're looking for, I don't know what a void is. Oh, no, it actually says right here, yes. This is what I want to do. And it is marking directly on here. Okay, let's just go into it then. Now that it's actually put the marker right on it, because I hadn't seen that, I was just sort of like working my way over here. Let's do the void traveling. And if this is wrong, then I will look it up. Like, just mechanically, what are we supposed to do? I'm here thinking to myself, you know, we've got a pocket. If Andy Dufresne can tunnel himself out of prison one pocketful at a time, I feel like we could afford to just put some corpse dust into our pocket, head off to our next task. It's surprising to me that they would have you go through this. This is why it feels a little bit like I'm not doing the right thing. Because if this gets harder every single time that you...
This isn't over yet.
...do it, what if you've already done this 4 times to get, like, really leveled up?
This one's protected.
Try another one.
Reinforcements!
Damn it, I really want to hit him with this.
I have another in sight.
It does so much more damage.
Get the hell out of there!
Okay, I honestly thought that I had time to dodge away from it. Okay.
Piss off!
That was just me forgetting. Okay, but there we go. Probably not worth the damage I took.
Ask for help if you need it. Watch out!
A soil from near the void that it crawled out of is potent. You would think that gravel or whatever we could pull out of the actual zone that it lived in would be really good.
Reinforcements!
I am stuck on the edge of the cliff.
You're done.
Now, hold on. It's... His rings are glowing. Maybe it's just for the tunnel. Now, since we already, like, unknotted this, I think that we can just... I don't think we have to, like, destroy the stone outcropping again. We should... It should be a much more, like, straightforward run. Is that the only guy? No.
There's more of
I have another in sight.
Okay, super not the one that I was hoping for. Crap. As far as I know, there's no damage die-off on that circle. You take 100% if you have one toe into it. Okay, here's our sorrow, which is our final stage.
It's just getting stronger.
Okay.
Time to release these poor souls.
Okay, sorrow should be available now. Everybody relax. The only trouble is that we saw the sorrow on the way in, but I don't actually know where it is relative to where I'm standing. There it is. Okay. Yeah, not at all mad about the +3 to all attributes. That's only good news. Please tell me that I get some, like, a fistful of dirt out of here. Yeah, mechanically, just the fact that the idea that you'd have to go through the void to get the dirt closest to Bly Manor, I don't think this is right. But unless I badly missed it, I didn't see any other options. So we're still actually fairly close. Whoa, wait. Maybe you need it from the side. No, it is pointing me 183 meters this way. Okay. So let's agree that we're not going to go through it a third time in this same episode. But I'm going to go over there. I'm going to take one more look around to see if I can figure out what we're meant to do. Did anybody else see it? Like, does anybody else... Was I just completely blind to the indicator that it had on screen? Press X to scoop dirt? So while I'm climbing up here, in the last episode, hopefully Crow will be by at some point. Because I'd started to say, she was talking about, like, playing a wizard or a sorcerer in Baldur's Gate 3. I think she said that that was her second playthrough, whereas the first was a rogue. I may be misremembering this, but she was like, you know, big ups to Magic Missile. Yeah, and then what I started to say was, in Baldur's Gate 1 and then its expansion in 2, my main character was a wizard. And in most RPGs that I've played, I've had, like, one character class that's been very much in mind, and then whenever I think of that game, I always think of playing through as that character class. In Baldur's Gate, it was... Oh, and, like even in a franchise, too. Like, usually it's been, like, the same thing in that whole franchise.
Fucking all the fun.
So in Baldur's Gate 1, it was Wizard, and I think specifically... Evocation Wizard? Oh, Crow is actually here! And the second... So it was Spell Sword, and the second is a Ranger. Yeah, Ranger is very much what I'm thinking about going for Baldur's Gate 3. But yeah, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 was Wizard. Neverwinter Nights... Oh gosh, I played so much of that. I think I actually did a wizard in that as well, now that I think about it. Yes, I'm pretty sure that I was a wizard. HW was a fighter, and then our friend who played as Frary Muttert, that was a story that I shared once. He played as a rogue, as a thief. He picked all the locks. And in Pillars of Eternity, I was a monk. In the Dragon Age games, I was a dual-wielding rogue. Because I'd never played one. I'd never played as, like, a dual-wielding rogue in any of the other ones. So that was sort of my character class of choice. That was in Origins. That was in Dragon Age 2, the extent to which I played it. And then Inquisition. So 3 different characters, but always the same class, because that's sort of just what I associate with that. In Mass Effect, I was straight adept, and that, by the way, also carried forward to Andromeda. Just straight adept all the way down the line, very, very little dabbling in anything else. In Mass Effect 1, you could... I do not know what I'm not able to do here. In Mass Effect 1, the different achievements that you would get would actually unlock, like, hybrid powers, like minor powers from other classes, so I did make use of those, but other than that, it was just straight adept in all 3 games. That was definitely my character class for, like, the whole Mass Effect franchise. And again, like, nothing against any other character class, it's just once I get attached to a class, then, like, that's what I do. I do not know how to retrieve soil from the nearest void. If this is not... Wait, does it... It's not above this, is it? Hold on. What if it's on the surface? Except that's not... It doesn't say it's on the surface. It's right here. So, yeah, I am going to consult Dr. Google on this one. Hold on. Yeah, remember when I didn't look up that, puzzle the other day, and I specifically said I am entirely comfortable looking something up live on stream if I can't work it out. So you just have to be a little bit careful. Soil from... Oops. I put in Sewell. This is fun. Soil from Manor. Void. I'm just going to search for that. Yeah, so we do have a quest guide, but... Wow. It's actually giving me, like, essay or links. Let's go with Banishers. We're going to add the word Banishers. Just trying to run searches that are not going to result in... Okay, but I would really like to not watch a video. So this is a comment on Reddit, which we're just talking about. There's a void under the manor. You need to gather the soil in the exit area before leaving the void? I'm not doing the void a third time. Okay, get out of here, Reddit. This is not clear to me, but it seems to say the exit. Okay, I'm just announcing I'm not going to the void a third time on stream. I'm going to read this. So rather than just reading silently, let's read what it says. Has anybody completed this side quest? And they're looking for, like, all 3 parts. I'm really just, like, trying to get this. There's a void under the manor. You need to gather the soil in the exit area before leaving the void, which I've now done twice, and I didn't see a place. Then it's talking about hair from the husband and stuff like that. I'm not looking forward to that. Because, I mean, of course it would be the husband. Because he has escaped its grasp. And then I am not finding this. Okay, so... I will see if we can find something approaching an answer without encountering too much in the way of spoilers. Yeah, Solid Chrome Hickey also did not see a marker before. And hello to Dawn! Dawn, I hope that you're having a good Sunday. I don't want to do that a third time. Yeah, no, we're gonna go. Okay, so we're gonna have to work out the rules of exorcism a different time, if at all. There are YouTube videos, but the opposite of a good stream would be me watching videos quietly as I try to work out what I'm meant to do. So that will be something that we investigate at a later time. Let's see if we can work our way back to... Can we get here without... Well, I guess the elevator would be the fastest option under all circumstances. Dawn, I hope you're having a great weekend. But yeah, to a large extent, I just... When I am like, this is the character class for this game or this franchise, I just get very attached to that character class. Like, once I know how it works and like how to make it work. A big exception was the Old Republic. When HW, my producer, and I played the Old Republic, I actually did play through as 2 completely different character classes, like as far apart as you could get. And the big wheel of character classes. That was different, though, because we were sort of, like, doing all the story stuff and, like, wanted to get a nice broad view of what all the game was like. I'm just double-checking that this is a different pathway out. It is, yes. But yeah, like for Dragon Age, I specifically said I always want to play a rogue, like a dual-wielding, sneaky rogue with lots of backstabbing. I never do it, so that's how I'm going to play Dragon Age. And in Baldur's Gate, it's like, you know what? The original Baldur's Gate, I always wanted to play a wizard, like when we would do like pen and paper. That was like 2nd edition era. I always wanted to play a wizard and get really powerful, and this was, like, I think I committed to that even before, like, I knew that you'd be able to, like, import your character into Baldur's Gate 2. But I was like, I want to, like, go heavy into Wizard. And by the way, a common tactic in the first Baldur's Gate was to dual class Imoen into a Wizard as well. So, as a result, we did not need any other Wizard powers. Between the main character and Wizard. The only other thing that, like, the original Baldur's Gate, I really liked one particular portrait from Icewind Dale that was sort of like this blue-robed, very long, white-bearded wizard, like old man wizard. So that was my character portrait in Baldur's Gate, which made absolutely no sense given the fact that you were supposedly raised to be like the sibling of Imoen, and like the game is very clear that you're sort of like a young adult, but I just did not care because I really like that particular portrait. So, yeah, I think that we're going to save it, and then we're going to head towards the next story point here. I'm going to lay down a save right here.